Welcome to today's episode of Coding with Zeebe. I'm your host, Josh Wolf, and today I'm actually going to be coding in C# rather than Node.js. So if you came from the Twitters, from my tweet, there I said I was coding in Node.js, but I'm doing C# today. So the other day I released a package on NPM, which is the Zeebe Cloud Canary. Oh, before I get into that, let me just show you why my typing is so slow today. I am typing on this layout. This is the ultimate layout, the ultimate keyboard layout. From 2016, it's the Halmak keyboard layout. Not this one. This one. It was developed by an artificial intelligence using a genetic algorithm over 9 months. And this is the keyboard layout here. The great thing about this one is your fingers are only moving up and down. They don't go sideways for the letters. And so you got punctuation in the middle part here. And I don't know whether it's because this is the fourth keyboard layout that I've used or whether it really is like more intuitive than the others. It's probably a combination of the two, I think. But I'm finding this one easier to pick up than previous ones like Halmak or Dvorak. But I actually think something's like shifting in my brain because I find myself thinking about where letters are and where my fingers are differently than, well, I never thought about it before. It's just like, so I'm developing the ability to change keyboard layouts. Anyway, Cloud Canary. Let's have a look. So the Zeebe Cloud Canary, Z-E-E-B. There. Yes. Cloud Canary. C-L-O-U. There it is. Zeebe Cloud Canary. So the Zeebe Cloud Canary is like it's a package, and it's also a Docker image that just runs a workflow that is kind of repeated. So the worker will trigger another instance of the workflow, and it's just like a ping. And it lets you know that your worker has a connection to the broker and is actually servicing jobs. So I wrote one in Node.js, and I'm using it to sort of diagnose network performance issues with the Node.js client and the broker. But I need to know whether, okay, is this an issue with my Node client, or is it an issue with the broker itself or the connection? Some kind of intermediate layer like a proxy. So I'm going to re-implement the same thing using the Zeebe C# client so that I have like an A/B test. So I can run my C# canary, I can run my Node canary, and then if, the Node canary fails, I'm like, okay, it's the Node client. If both canaries fail, I'm like, it's something in the network or the broker. And what else about that? I've kind of already started this thing. Let's get some sounds happening. And so I've installed .NET and I've scaffolded the project, and I'm going to do a blog post on the Zeebe blog about it. So, if you want to, I'll put a link, and I'll put this video in the blog post. So if you need the earlier steps, you can get them from there. Let's go with the playlist, the coding playlist from monstercat.com. We'll start from the top and just see what happens. Okay, let's get to coding. C# Canary. So I'm going to go to the Zeebe C#. Zeebe. C#. C. No, Zeebe client C#, I think. C#. There we go. Nice. So the Zeebe C# client is written by Chris Zeldin. He's one of the core engineers on Zeebe, and he specializes in like broker performance. He does a lot of like load testing, performance testing, and he also likes to program in C#. So he built this this client. If you see me looking over here while I'm coding, it's because I have the Halmak layout printed out on my side of one of my monitors so that I can kind of refer to it. My keyboard I'm using right now is blank, so it has no keys on it. Okay, Zeebe C#, here we go. Okay. Okay, I figured out how to NuGet install the package. Now I guess I have to say using in here. Using. I'm gonna take a guess and say Zeebe. Why has it got this? Unnecessary using directive. Probably because I got nothing using it. Okay, well, let's have a look at what the Chrome says in here. So it says just do this thing. So we'll do that. Copy and paste coding. This is how you do it. paste. Nope. Zeta. Copy. Let's use the mouse to do the paste. Paste. Yes. It doesn't exist in the current context, so let's try importing Zeebe client. Yes. Okay, and then this is like, what happens if I save this? Yeah. It doesn't automatically insert semicolons. Are you missing a using directive or an assembly reference? It doesn't exist in the current context. Do I need an assembly directive? The type or namespace Zeebe client could not be found. Are you missing a using directive? Well, I've got a using directive. So the other thing it says is, are you missing an assembly reference? Let's have a look. Package reference. Assembly reference. Project assets. Do I need to add it here? Well, anyway, to the Googles. So my question is related to C#, and it's really what I want to do is I want to add a package. So that would be ADD, like that. No, DD, that finger. Okay. I'll remember them by where they are under my fingers. Add a package. Add a package. Try that. Add a package. Add package to project. Install and use a NuGet package in your project. That's for Visual Studio. .NET add package command. Add a NuGet package reference to a project. I'm pretty sure that I did do something like that. I did that. .NET add package Zeebe client. And then I put a version. Let's drop that down. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. Move this thing over to here. Okay, so I ran this add package command. Let's see. .NET add package adds a package reference to a project file. Okay. Yeah, add a package reference. After running the command, compatibility check. Good. For example, adding this adds a package reference element to what? .NET Restore is run. Run implicitly. Well, this is missing here. It says it adds a package reference, but it doesn't say to the project file. Here's the project file. There's the package reference. Okay, I got that. Zeebe client. So maybe I need to say, I don't know, using Zeebe client? Right. No. What if I do this? It's under that finger. No, it's not. That's a V. V is under that finger. Would this do it? Okay. Dot. Like that? Nope. Okay, let's continue exploring. To create a client, use this. Okay. I mean, basically the documentation assumes a certain level of familiarity with C# and .NET. To create a client, use this. How do I get this? Okay, using Zeebe. Go to definition. Nope, can't do that. Maybe I need to use a different IDE. Zeebe.client.Zeebe client dot builder. What is this thing? Nope. Where is that? Okay, I got something. Okay, man. This is why I like TypeScript. This isn't TypeScript, obviously, but TypeScript was kind of modeled after this language. Shift? No, this one. So I got to provide it with a gateway address. Let's just go with the local one first. We'll get it working against the local host, so I'm going to cut that. I'm going to paste it in here. Paste. I can work out any technology, man, as long as it takes 5 fingers per hand. If it was designed by someone with 5 fingers on 2 hands on each one, I can figure it out. If it like requires 7 fingers and 4 arms and it comes from Area 51, I might struggle, but otherwise, if it was made by a human, it can be reverse engineered by a human. Okay, so I got a Zeebe client now. Good. Okay. And then let's do this and see what happens. Copy. And paste that mofo in here. Paste. Can only be used inside an async, so let's make this async and see what happens. Make a space so that the auto IntelliSense can work. Async. And then I want an N, which is there, and a C, which is there. Can I do that? Let's put it here and see what happens. Okay. That worked. Yep. Okay. It's saying that my Zeebe client doesn't have that method on it. Do I need to call a method on here to like execute it? Use plain text because we're going to have no encryption on the broker. Final step. The builder. Build. The builder pattern. Boom. That did it. And so it looks like there's a nice convenience method here, somehow if you can get your hands on it, that will do the builder for you. It's pretty cool. Okay, that's the builder pattern. If I save this, SHNT shunt, that's the first 4 characters on the Halmak keyboard. Well, let's try this, just to make it look a little bit kind of nicer. So I can see it in one glance at my screen. Okay, so I topology. I should be able to click it and say import it from the package. Yes. Using Zeebe API responses. Okay, so I can probably do this. B? Yep. Shift on that? No, not shift. Using Zeebe client. Zeebe client. Using static. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Static. So STAT TIC. Okay, that worked. So then if I take this out and just use that, nope, doesn't exist. Okay, let's just Command Z our way back to something that works. Let's get rid of that. Okay, and then we're gonna okay, so Halmak, you got to use the X on the other side of the keyboard. X. And then paste. So I'm just gonna see if I can console log the response out and see what that looks like. So T O P P. Yep. P. Yes. Okay. So save it, and then I'm gonna go. I think the command is .NET run. Intuitively, that's what it should be. Run shunt. There we go. .NET run. Okay, a void or int returning entry point cannot be async. Static main. Okay, a void or int returning entry point cannot be async. What would it return? Is it called a future or a promise? Eventual? I'm going to try future. So F is in... Okay, it's right down there. F-U-T-U-R-E. And then... Here.
What does it mean?
I'm guessing here. I'm guessing. Nope. Use... No, it's not called a future.
The hunters and gatherers.
Async void in C sharp. C sharp async void method. Okay, so C sharp, and I want to do void sync method. Oh, it must be painful watching me typing on this thing. Void. Void. Async. Yep. Let's see what this gives us on the Googles. Async await. When to return a task versus void. A task. Let's have a look. Why exactly is void async bad? Under what scenarios would one want to use task async method? Public async void. Okay. Okay. Okay, task, it looks like has no... You cannot await void method. Async plus void can crash the system. Usually should be used only on the UI side event handlers. Okay, so... Okay, so this thing should return a task. Let's see what happens if I try that. Yeah. Okay, so then I'm gonna go T A shunt S K K K. Assisting threading tasks. Okay, so shunt, save that, and then run it. Will this work? Enter. Okay, failed to connect all addresses. Perfect. Loving it. Okay, chew gum and crush code. Gotta start a broker. Okay, we'll use the Docker images. Okay, C D dot dot forward slash forward slashes there, no there. It's called Zeebe. Zeebe. Docker compose broker only, that'll do. D C up. Here we go. There's enough similarities between C# and TypeScript that it makes it kind of hackable. Okay, we're up, so let's try running it and see what happens now. Now what do you have to say for yourself? Give me the topology. Give me the topology. Give me the topology. Beautiful. Love it. Okay. Class program. Do we need anything other than static methods in here? As long as I can have mutatable static properties, I could make the whole thing just a static class. Well, I wonder how you create a new class and use it. Let's try this. Might as well go as close to C TR TRA create, and then I want to create a new class of shunt. W is there with Q is on a QWERTY keyboard, and then I want to create a new class C#. There it is. Let's go uninterruptible on there. Visual C#. Okay, let's have a look. Type, class, reference type, yep, blah blah blah. Declaring classes, class keyword. Okay, whatever. Let's just try this. Okay, I'm gonna call this canary. So C-A shunt N-A-R-Y. R is here. Canary. Dot C-S. I've been using this for like less than 1 day, this new keyboard layout, so I'm doing pretty good. Public class, yeah, okay. So, P. Public class. Canary, yo. Shunt R, canary. And then I guess we open the braces. Yes! Okay, so I guess we give it a constructor. What happens if I click on the C-tool? Boom! Okay, so it takes the class name, select Java. B? Yeah. And then we're just going to derive all of our... no, so... I'm not cheating, but I'm going to just copy the code from my Cloud Canary to make it the same. Source, let's see how close to TypeScript it actually is. Zeebe Canary. These are the canary options. Let's see what happens if we just cut and paste this TypeScript in here. V. No. Copy. V. Yes. Okay. So, if there's one thing that I got from that static method is that these are round the other way. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at that. Yep, let's do that. Okay, so this here is it's a string. Shunt. So S-T-R-I-N-G. So I is where the little finger is, N, and shunt, N-G. Like that. If I take that off, using system string, let's just do all of them and see what happens. See? Dolphins! A number, which I think will be probably an integer. Zeebe config, oh god, that's going to be a real... okay, what is the primitive type in C# for Boolean? I'm guessing that it's bool or boolean with a capital B. Lowercase. Okay, let's get rid of all these trailing, wow. Don't know what I'm going to do about that. Get rid of all these trailing types. Number, so I'm guessing that this is going to be called an integer. I. Int. Is that a thing? I don't know. Do these need semicolons after them? I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm not letting that stop me. Using system. Okay, what about this one? Oh, it was a capital B. IntelliSense was wrong. Now, why doesn't it like that? Interfaces cannot contain instance fields. Okay, Google. C# interface. Inheritance, boo. Favor composition over inheritance. Constructors, finalizers, objects, interfaces. Is there even such a thing as an interface? There must be, because it told me that you can't have something in an interface. Delegates and events, language and link, async programming, safe efficient code. We'll save that for later. Language reference. Let's have a look. C# keywords. Built-in types. Reference types. Interface. Signatures of methods, properties, events, or indexes. Okay, so it's going to have, like, here's an interface. It's got a method. They can have properties. That's what I want to have. Properties. So properties. Okay. Public, int, private. Okay, so maybe I need to mark it as public. I don't know. Let's find out. Encapsulate field and use property. Let's try it. Yeah, okay, yeah. It does need a modifier on it. So public, yeah. Does that do it? Nope. Cannot contain instance fields. Let's Google the error. Command C. Back to the Goog. Command V. Command V? No, Command V. Oh. Don't tell me I'm going to have to type that out. That will suck. Oh man. There's a problem with no, it doesn't like it. Okay. Interfaces cannot contain instance fields. Okay. Shunt interfaces. Shunt R interfaces. F-A-C-E interfaces cannot contain instance fields. Yep, not the first person to look for that. 2,000 things. Oh, here we go. An interface cannot contain fields. An interface can contain methods, properties. What's the difference between a property and an instance field? A property. What, you got to do that? Oh, that's dumb. Fields are just data locations. Oh man, do I really need to do that? Come on. It's just the getter and setter are just implicit in JavaScript. It's a bit heavy-handed. Interfaces don't allow, and that sometimes confuses new developers. You cannot enforce constructors. No, I'm not surprised by that. I expected an interface to be a dumb data shape. Maybe an object then. Struct. That's what I'm looking for. I want a struct. Value type. Okay, beautiful. A struct, public struct, and it's got these things. Okay, so let's try that. So this here instead should be called public. Doing good. Public struct. S-T-R-U-C. Man, either this layout is way easier to learn than any of the others, or something has really shifted in my brain. Yes, see, that fixed it. That was all I needed to do. Okay, very good. Now, if I do save, auto formats, very good. References, can I turn that off? Public struct Zeebe canary options. Okay, we'll go back here, and then we say Zeebe canary options. Beautiful. Zeebe canary options, and we'll call this object options. Oh, brilliant. Okay, probably because it's in the same, I don't know, scope, and it's public, I don't need to import it. It's good. Yeah, they used to have this idea of a namespace in TypeScript that was kind of similar to this, but it went away. it didn't map onto any of the actual JavaScript module namespacing, so it was like orthogonal, and it was really complicated to figure out what was going on. It was familiar to C# programmers, but not to JavaScript programmers, so they took it away. Okay, so we got the options in, and then we should create some methods on the canary. Not methods, properties. What properties do I have on my node canary? Basically all of those. Am I going to do the same thing? Guess so. Paste. Okay. So the type of this field is it's going to be private. I think we have to, it's like mandatory to mark everything as public or private. For space so I can get IntelliSense. Private. And it's a string, so capital S T R R string. Why is that lowercase? And that one's uppercase. Is there a difference? System.string. System.string. Okay, whatever. C. C and V are reversed on this layout, which is a little bit confusing. Luckily for me though, I've got a blank keyboard now, so they're all equally meaningless. Heartbeat period seconds is not meant to be any. That wasn't what I wanted to do. That was Control N V. CV. So I can do away with any of these. If I go Command D, delete that. Multi-line select. And get rid of this. The heartbeat period seconds is actually going to be an integer, so INT. Squawk timer. Not sure what that will be. This one here we know is a boolean. We're going to make it private. Boolean B. Where's the B on this thing? Up here. And then OOLEAAN. That's right, it's a capital B. Okay, I'm at a loss as to why there's why it's accepting like a lowercase string. This must be some difference. Boolean here. Yeah, using system, of course. Why the lowercase string works here and doesn't work on the other one? Save? Not quite there yet. Doesn't know what the heck this thing is. Okay. They're all private. Everything's private in this. Private. Private. Boo. C. V. I don't know what this thing is going to be because it's a timer, but we will soon find out. Anyway, in the meantime, we can get rid of chewing gum. Served its purpose. Okay, and we'll just comment this out in the meantime as well. Okay. Zeebe Canary options. What if I go to the definition of this thing? Okay. And then what about if I go here and go to the definition of this thing? Same thing. What happens if I change this to a lowercase s? Shunt. Okay. Looks like the default visibility in the struct is public. Okay, save that. What? Oh, okay, that was from when it was a interface. Oh man. Yeah, that's dumb. If you're going to require semicolons, why would you? Why don't you just insert them? Okay. Okay, well, let's just demarshal some of the things out of here and see what happens. So we're going to say this dot canary ID equals options dot canary ID. No. How do I get things out of the to string equals hash code? No. Okay. Objects. Here's the struct person, new person, p1.name. Okay, so it's not actually the person, but it's a type of a new person. Okay, new person, person p2, p2 name. Well, it's like, okay. Why can't we demarshal them out of there, if that's the right word? Options. Zeebe canary options, right? Well, let's say go to definition, make sure it's getting it from the right place. It is. Well, I thought that this is a statement about the shape of this this thing. Options dot equals. Let's try changing the name of this to ops just to make sure that this is not overloaded somehow. Unlikely, but possible. Nope. How come I can't get the stuff out of it? Let's try this. Okay, so I'm going to create a variable here. Var. Interesting, I know where V is when I'm trying to paste something, but not when I want to type it. Var. And then we'll just call it something dumb like O equals, and then we're going to create a new instance. So new new Zeebe canary options. Like that. Yep. Maybe it's complaining that it's not used. Semicolon. That does not look at all like this. Is it my IntelliSense or... Oh, hang on. Okay, so maybe there's a couple of things it could be. No, probably because these need to be marked public. That could be it. Let's try that. So public. Space, yeah, to get the IntelliSense up. So I don't like to type. Save that. Let's go back here. Yeah, okay. So default visibility is not public. Invalidated that hypothesis. Come on, V. Public, yeah. Okay, V space public boolean, yeah. Public string, and then save that. Squawk URL. It's in there twice. Get rid of that. Save that. If we go back here, we can now go back to calling this thing options, which is a better name because characters are free in 2019. And get rid of that. Okay. It does look like you can initialize it. Everything is optional. It doesn't look like you can require some of them to be filled. Options. Yep. Dot. Canary ID. Boom. Semicolon. Yeah, okay. Okay, this. Dot. Chirp URL. There might be a shorthand way to do this, just assign them. Yeah, I guess there is. I would just assign that to a field in the class, but I probably want to initialize it with some defaults if nothing is provided, so I'll keep it this way. So this dot chirp URL. It's funny because it's almost like I presaged that I was going to do this when I created the node library. If you have a look, in contravention of the accepted standards for JavaScript, I named everything, well, not everything. I kind of mixed and matched my metaphors, but with capitals at the beginning. So I would say that subconsciously in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna re-implement this in C#, even though I have no conscious memory of thinking that when I did it. I do remember going that, you know what, I'm kind of writing this like C#. And when I say like C#, I mean like my kind of ghetto idea of what C# is from watching people code in it on Netflix. I don't know, somewhere. Heartbeat period seconds equals options heartbeat period seconds. There must be a better way of doing this. This is dumb. We enjoy typing. Why doesn't it like this? Oh. That's why. Thank goodness I'm not coding a notepad. Shunt. This. Squawk URL. Options, yo. Dot squawk URL. And that is pretty much it. Good. Okay. Is that the... yeah, that's the constructor. Okay. So I'm going to create a method here, which is going to be a private method. Private method called, well, I got to deploy the workflow. But I'm not going to implement that first. I'm going to first of all implement the start worker. So shunt start worker. W is there. O is there. Shunt R K E R. Okay. Okay. Right here. Okay. K E R. Doesn't take any. Oh yeah, that's here. Doesn't take any parameters. Start the worker. Returns nothing. Void. So that's like cut and paste, yeah? O, I, and then the D is there. Start worker. Okay, so here is where I'm gonna create my worker, create a job worker. I'm gonna just copy this code because copying and pasting is where the money is in this industry. Hang on. Command C for reals. I know I did. Copy, I'm gonna have to do custom mappings, I think, because that keystroke is not being interpreted correctly. V. Yep, good. Okay, save this. And then change this to this .zeebe client. So shunt this .zeebe client. Can I declare it as a property? Yep. Introduce local, generate variable, property, field, field, Zeebe client object. Nah, it's not an object. It is a C, and then we'll see if it works from here. V. Yep. Okay. But not that, so, yep, okay, and so this thing here is actually a, some kind of Zeebe client, like that. Let's see if that works. Oh, it likes it, it likes it. It doesn't like that. Cannot convert from long to system.timespan. This documentation is out of date. Okay, no problem. There is an example in here. Client examples. I couldn't caught an Uber yesterday and my Uber driver was 70 years old. He's a retired photographer. He asked me what I do, you know, I explained to him I'm a developer advocate, here's what I do. Basically, I code live on the internet. And he's like, oh yeah, I learned HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to build my own photography website, and I'm learning Python. And I was like, he explained to me how he had helped a friend, you know, get his order form working on his website, and the friend had sent him the code, and he said, yeah, I learned a lot about CSS from that. It was beautiful. It was like poetry. And I said, dude, if you're teaching yourself Python and you like to learn that way, have you heard of GitHub? And he was like, no, what's GitHub? And I was like, dude, it's a social coding network. Like, you can just go through code on there. program.cs. Okay, so private static program. Yeah, okay, he's done it all statically. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to do it statically. I'll make it so it's reusable eventually. And here's the builder pattern. Okay, this is the old school way. So, let's find where he creates the worker. Time span from seconds. That's what we're talking about. Copy that. Cut and paste. Cut and paste. Poll interval. How do I use long polling? I don't know. Poll every 30 seconds anyway. Timeout 10 seconds, why not? Open name, Zeebe worker, so this canary ID. Shunt, so THIS dot canary ID. Beautiful. Next, jobs active 1. Save that. Open, it's going to open this thing, job type. So, this is an interesting one because I use templating. Anyway, in for a penny, in for a pound, man. Let's just do this. Job type. What's the job type in here? Workflow instance. Okay. See. So the job type is going to be. Oh man, that's pretty dumb. Okay, so the job type is CHI shunt RP chirp, and then we want to aggregate this dot canary ID to that. So shunt this dot canary ID. Save. Okay. Very good. Very good. Client job. Okay. This is very similar to the Node client. I like it. Client job. Well, kinda. CL. L is here. Client dot new complete job command here dot send. Just complete the job. That's all we want to do right now. Doesn't like that. What doesn't it like about it? Take 0 long job key. Okay. Why do I need to pass the job key in? Am I ever going to complete a job that's not the one I just took? I don't know. Job dot job key. There you go. And we're done. Doesn't do anything. Okay, squawk URL, chirp URL, heartbeat period seconds, canary ID, debug. Man, it's real exhausting, like doing a different programming language and a different keyboard at the same time. Why would you do that to yourself? Okay. Using Zeebe client. I'm sticking with Halmak though. This is definitely the one. It is the one designed by an artificial intelligence. Mr. Dvorak designed his back in the 1800s, dude. Oh, 1934 actually. 1800s, whatever. 18th century. Okay, so so here what we should do is create a new variable, and then we can just call it anything really. So we'll call it Z. Oh no, let's keep it cool. Keep it cool. Call it canary. canary, shunt, canary, canarchy. And so here what we do is we create a new canary. Ta-da! And then it's going to complain because it's got, yeah, you got to put some parameters in there. Can I do this? Can I do this? Okay, can I do this? No, it doesn't look like I can. That's pretty dumb. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh yeah, I know what to do. So we do this, create a new var. I wonder if we can do a const. A new var, and we'll call it canary options, yeah. So we'll get some practice with typing. Canary options, so O, P, T, yeah, I-O-N-S equals canary options. And so the canary options is a new Zeebe canary options. Yep. And then can I do it in here like this? Oh, yes. Okay. So now I need to figure out how to get things out of the environment. Shunt. Okay. It doesn't like that because it doesn't have all the things. New canary. And then we'll just pass in this canary options that we just created. Yep. Sehr gut, sehr gut. Okay, let's figure out how to get things from the environment in C#. Okay, C#. Shunt. Environment. Shunt R-O. Yeah. C# environment variables. There we go. Yeah, okay. Second one from Stack Overflow looks like it points to this thing. Get environment variable string. Environment variable target. Retrieves the value of the environment variable with the current process of Windows operating system from the current process. Let's use this one. Okay, well, I reckon if I just copy paste this into here. So let's do it like this. I wonder if you can do a shorthand object notation type thing. So we'll go with canary ID to start with, hey? Yeah. So it's the shunt canary. Canary ID. Paste. Yes, it worked. Okay, so this one is called very creative name. Canary underscore ID. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't like my style of they're not interchangeable like that in JavaScript. Gotta pick one. And they already picked it. Using system, blah blah blah. Nope, okay. Oh. Oh. We are using system. What happens if I go here, shunt, so S-Y-S-T-E-M. No, it's M in a different keyboard layout. M. System dot. G. No. So what I want then is not how to get it from C#, but how to get it from .NET Core. Understanding environment variables 2014. Yeah, no. .NET Core. So D O T .NET shunt. There we go. .NET Core. Okay, it still reckons that one there. .NET Core 2, set environment variables. Yeah, access environment variables 2017. Yeah, how do I get environment specific, hosting environment, environment variables? Okay, let's try one of those in ASP.NET Core. Let's try this. Using multiple environments in ASP.NET Core. Okay, reads environment, app startup, stores them in there. Okay, no, that's like a convention thing. Fundamentals, ASP Core Net 3 objects. Let's go here. If that's in there, it might be in here too. Language reference, yeah. Programming concepts, how to C# topics, concatenate strings, yeah. Okay, methods, language overview, compiler, operators, keywords, file system in the registry maybe, how to read files, iterate through a directory tree, progress dialog, create a key in the registry, exceptions, XML, unsafe code, nullable values, namespaces, generics, events, indexes, arrays, strings, delegates, enumeration types, how to initialize an object, nope, that's about objects, programming concepts, how to program, asynchronous link, collections, expressions, no, okay, filter by title, let's try it in here. So, AE, environment, shunt, in, environment like paste. Environment, set environment for the Visual Studio. Let's try that. Goodness, it shouldn't be this hard. .NET Core, search for Mac OS. It'll at least give me some cross-platform kind of idea. Environment.get environment variable method. Man, staring me right in the face. Environment. Maybe string. I don't know, can you do this? Okay, so C#, man, variable. So it's a variable, and then default value. There should probably be a method for getting stuff from the environment that will set it to a default if you haven't got a value in there. Default. Let's try that. Here we go. Okay. Okay, well, I think this is a thing that you can use, like nullish coalescing. It's just been added actually in TypeScript 3.7, so N nullish coalescing. So NULL nullish shunt nullish coalescing. So COAAL. Maybe it's just null coalescing. Null coalescing. Okay. So yeah, you can do this. According to my calculations, put the default value in here. I guess a good name for a default value for this would be, at a guess, default. Like that. There we go. Okay, we're in business. Let's see if we can do object shorthand notation. I'd be surprised if we could. No, undo that. Canary. Looks like you can't. Looks like you gotta go. Canary ID. Really? Okay. Let's have a look at my struct. Struct. Programming guide. Classes and structs. Structs. Overview. Using structs. Okay, semicolon separated assignment. Okay, yeah, I can roll with that. I can roll with that. Right, next. Oh. Didn't like that. Using structs. Where was that example with the person in it? Let's try this. Encapsulation, accessible inheritance, yeah, partial type, circle. Example. Public class. Nope. Should have kept that tab open. Postal address. Using structs. I just wanted something lightweight. I didn't want to have to create a new class for it. Passing this configuration. I think I'm doing it wrong. Oh, really? Really? They're that heavyweight. Got to create a constructor and then assign it to the fields. If I'm going to do that, I might as well just make a massive constructor for the canary itself. What about just using an object? Can we do that? Okay, ultimate base classable. Classes, root of the type hierarchy. Class, yeah. The point class. Okay, it's a class. Oh, dude. Now I know why I love JavaScript. It's so scalable from the lowest level to the highest. Really, I'm gonna have to... No, I must be doing it wrong. Can't be this complex. Well, I know that this is how they do it in Java, is they have this like super heavy class for a configuration object. Oh, it just feels wrong to me to do that. All I wanted to do was, let's have a look through the code for this. Let's have a look at the code from someone who knows what they're actually doing. Okay. Oh, look at this. What's this? Zeebe.cs. Interface. Okay, this is the builder pattern. Yeah. Class. Internal. Blah, blah, blah. New Zeebe client builder. Go to definition. Zeebe client builder. Oh, of course. Oh, okay. If you use a client builder, you don't need to build the configuration object because each step passes something back, where it takes a single thing. Okay, now I see why a builder pattern makes more sense with this, because like trying to do this like the JavaScript way is overkill. I'm getting demotivated now. So, let me motivate myself. Okay, how am I going to motivate myself with this? Let me talk myself through it. So, I'm either going to have to do something like the builder pattern, or I'm going to have a constructor with like a ton of configuration in it, or I could just grab all of the environment variables in the actual class itself and not pass them in. This means that there's no reusability of the class then. It's like tightly coupled to the environment. Wow. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of Googling for this. Okay, so my question is C# constructor configuration object. Shunt constructor, yeah. Constructor chaining. I wonder what that is. It's pretty cool. Sounds cool. Configuration object. That's what I want to look at. So shunt configuration. F is down there. Weird place. Configure. No, there's the A there. Shunt. IO. N. I wonder what that is. Generate a constructor quick action, constructors, constructor overloading, assign data to properties via constructor versus instantiating, configuration automapper, dependency injection, construction selector. Let's have a look. Configuration builder, the configuration builder class. What's that? A simple configuration builder to read environment variables. Can I copy and paste it? Sample configuration builder. Okay, nah, XML, oh my god. Oh, it's inherited all the worst things from Java. It really has. C#, assign data to properties via constructor versus instantiating. Supposing I have an album class. Yep, okay. Takes in three things for the constructor. I want to assign data to an object of type album. What's the difference between the next two approaches? New album with named parameters. Oh, can you do that? When instantiating. An object initializer. Oh, look at this. That's pretty cool. If the parameter list constructor wasn't public, no, because I need side effects that are triggered after the creation. Set up a class in line. Your class cannot be made immutable, right? Immutability, it's much easier it's correct. Yeah, I love mutability. It's pretty cool. Makes your code easier to reason about. Second approach is object initializer in C#. I've just got to stop making it wrong. What's the difference between an object initializer and a constructor? When would you use an object initializer over a constructor and vice versa? I'm working with C# if that matters. The object initializer method specific to C# or .NET. C#3. Constructors run given 0 or more parameters and are used to create and initialize an object before the calling method gets the handle to the created object. Yep. Okay. Lets you set objects. But before you can use it by anything else. Object initializers. No constructor. Okay, error, no argument, no formal, fix the order line, default constructor. So you can have a default constructor. Okay, so I could have a default constructor and then a start method. I guess that would be the way to do it. If you need to expose a single constructor which requires as mandatory properties as parameters. So I can't have defaults if I use this initializer. Oh man, there is no good way to do this. Okay, well, what was the problem with this? Why didn't it like this? Okay. What? Do I need to do it like this? Okay, well, I just solved this problem because this is an initializer. It's a zero parameter constructor that initializes it because the struct has no constructor. Okay, I got there in a roundabout way. What, do I put semicolon in there? Nope. Okay, but then if I hit this for the IntelliSense, nope. What about if I do this and then hit that for IntelliSense? Negative. Let's go back to my struct example. Not the object class, but the struct class. That's the wrong framework. Am I looking at the right thing? Okay, well, using structs, let's have a look. How do I create an instance of a struct? Oh, that's right, it's got this initializer. Okay, so... Okay, the object initializer, let's have a look at an example of an object initializer. Commas. You could have figured that out if you just tried a comma. Genius. Yes. Okay. Winning. Okay, I got through it. Went through the trough of depression and got through to the other side into the peak of excellence. Mastery. I am developing it. Okay, Zeta. No, this is Zeta here. Zeta. Chirp URL, so it goes that way. Wrong one, dude. This one. And then this one. C and V being reversed. So Halmak and QWERTY have it the same way around, and it's in the same place with Halmak, except they're reversed, which is a little bit... No, it's going to do this. C, Control V, and then this is the chirp URL. Okay, we're winning. We are winning. C. You know, it was Albert Einstein. He said, look, I'm not smarter than anyone else. I just stay with problems longer. Just doesn't give up. I'm not smarter than anyone else. I just stay with problems longer. It's kind of like I think a crucial quality to have as a programmer is like persistence, you know, like sticking at it till you get it. Now, if there's no chirp URL, then there's not going to be a default for that. Nope. It kind of doesn't make much sense if you don't have one, but whatever. Winning! Okay, so what else do we need to grab? Let's find out. Debug or not? Should give us a better name like Canary Debug, but can't be bothered. Debug, so debug. Man, either this Halmak is real easy or I've just become like a genius. Why doesn't it like that? True. Yep, double equals works. Next. Heartbeat period seconds equals heartbeat period seconds. Copy and paste, because we do not like typing. C, V, C, V. Now this one here is called Canary. Canary heartbeat seconds. Shunt. Okay, so E-A-R-T heartbeat. Beat. 6. S-E-C. Now, I think it's like that, yeah. Now, by default, we're going to have a default value for this. We'll make it 300 seconds or 5 minutes. I get it. So here I'm going to say, I'm just guessing at what this method's going to be called. It's going to be called G. No, it's the next one from G. Parse. Shunt. Parse. Int. So I. Galactic trumpet. I. Shunt. So like that. Yep. I'm guessing that's what it's called. Now, if it's not called that, could be called parse integer or something. It's going to take me getting used to where those brackets are. Nope. Parse integer, maybe? So E-G-E-R. No. String to integer. Oh yeah, maybe I call like a to integer method on it. Maybe it's integer create. Let's have a look. Dot. What methods do I get? A string. Nope. Let's try this then. Integer. Next guess. Shunt. So integer. Integer. Dot. Such a thing? Nope. Okay. Do the Googles. I want to know about C# string to integer. So string. Okay, so shunt string to int. Galactic trumpet. What? Try this. Copy. It's just my theory about changing keyboard. Wasn't just that, okay, I'm gonna like change keyboard layouts and it's going to, you know, do something. I had this theory because I read about people who are trying different keyboard layouts, and they were like, oh, you know, I noticed this about this finger and that, and I was like, I don't notice anything about my fingers. So they obviously think about the way they use the keyboard differently than the way I think about it. And so my hypothesis was, if I break up my mechanical muscle memory patterns that I have for typing in QWERTY, over time, if I break it enough in enough different ways, it'll change the way my brain relates to the keyboard. And it was kind of art, and then I played some percussion instruments, then I got into playing keyboards like a harmonium, and then I got into playing the accordion and the bass guitar. So it's 2 stringed instruments, 2 keyboard instruments, and then the accordion's kind of a keyboard instrument, but it's got those buttons here, and you have to think about the cycle of fifths with those accompanying kind of parts. And then I just kind of had this moment where I was like, I can play anything. Maybe not very well, but I can play along on anything. I played trumpet for a little while too, and violin. Okay, convert to int 16. Okay, it looks like it works. Okay, are there any more properties left that I need to populate? Squawk URL. Okay, that's optional. Copy and paste, my man. No, I didn't want the whole thing. This is a good track. Squawk URL. Okay. No, it's like the chirp URL. Control C it, Control V it. Control seeing is believing. Squawk URL. So I think I am validating my hypothesis. Q. I have not typed Q for quite some time. Where is that one at? Oh, it's there. I keep having to look at the spelling of this word called squawk. Okay. I think I'm validating my hypothesis. It's taken me nearly 2 years to do it. But I say that it has been worth it. Okay, I've done it. I've done it. I've got the environment variable values out of the environment, and then I pass them to this canary options struct using an object initializer. Yes, and then I pass them into here, which means that the constructor gets called on here, and I have access to all of those methods. Here's the canary, and then it's going to just subscribe for these jobs. Now, according to my calculations, if I run this now, let's try it. I needed to make it async to get the await in there. Anyway, let's just .NET run it and see what happens. My hypothesis is I'll see long polling or some kind of polling here on the broker. Hang on. Zeebe client is never assigned to and always have its default value null. Okay, that's a good warning to get. Let's get rid of that. Don't need to see it anymore. Don't need to see that anymore. Now, I didn't create the new canary in here, so yeah, that's the thing that it's complaining about. Doesn't get assigned. So shunt. So this dot Zeebe client equals this. So shunt this dot start worker. And then what we need to do here is return. Okay, I know you need a semicolon. Man, needy. This thing is now going to return a Zeebe worker. Zeebe client dot what? Ah, nothing. Okay. Well, here I'm going to tell it that it's going to return this. So return shunt. So where's n then? If shunt, it's like that. Oh, you don't like that? No, you don't like that, huh? Must have a return type. Since it returns void, it must have a return type. Okay, but I can't get it to infer the return type. Canary.Zeebe client. Zeebe client. It's got to be like a Zeebe worker. Zeebe. So Zeebe, that one. No, that one. Zeebe worker. So WORKER. No. Let's have a look at Chris's code. Let's ask someone who knows what they're doing. So when you create the Zeebe client, it must return a Zeebe worker. So let's have a look in here. Job worker builder, yeah. Job worker builder step 1. Job worker builder step 1, right? Okay. Return new job worker builder. So where's the job worker builder? Implementation worker. Let's have a look in there. Implementation worker. Job worker. Okay, it's called a job worker. Yeah, job worker. J-O-B-B-B-B-B-B-B.
Series of crimes in America.
Import. It's an iJob worker. Import the right thing. Ting. Oh, okay. I did that wrong. No worries, no worries. Actually, no, we should keep that the same, right? No, so escape. Command Zeta. Yeah, okay. And so I need to create a new private property on here. Of type iJob worker. iJob worker. iJob worker. And I'm going to call that the amazingly creative name of worker. And I'll sign it here. So I say, what, you can't throw it away? No, that's why. What happens if I don't pass in a gateway address? No, it doesn't have a 0 parameter constructor. Boo! Really? 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 Okay. Save that, and we're going to drop that into here. No. Go back and Control Z on my way back to excellence. X. That one. Make sure I hit the right button here. It's Control V. We don't need to do that. Okay, well this is like... Okay. Oh, the ergonomics of this are annoying. Because now I got to get the Zeebe address out of the environment, put it into a variable, pass it into the gateway address. On the node client, the way it works is if you pass undefined into the equivalent of that used gateway address, it'll check the environment if it's undefined. So you have the option to pass in an override, but now I'm going to have to actually code that myself. The other thing is that if I want to run this against a secured broker, I have to actually take this out of the code. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. Actually, I'm going to open an issue about that. Let's go to issues. Auto-generate documentation. Doesn't await. Doesn't await. Graceful way of stopping. There isn't one. Not disposable. Depends on that. I can use the client to get the workflow state outcome. Ta-da! Okay, new issue. Okay, we have this in H shunt. Okay, so we have this now.
Sometimes in the night.
We have this now in 0.22. Can we get support?
Above and beyond.
G. Where's the G at? I'm looking at this thing less and less. PP. PP. Can we get support for... No wonder I spend so many hours programming, because it's like, it takes me so long to type anything these days. I was typing real fast yesterday on Halmak. Can we get support for its create workflow instance with result? Hey, what's up? Yeah, that's my son. He says, I wonder why it takes you so long to type, because you're not using QWERTY. Anyway, we're dedicated to a higher purpose than QWERTY. Serving the AI overlord Halmak. The Halmak 9000. C. Okay, can we get create? I mean, okay, so it's... I mean, look, here's the thing. He's 17, right? I'm 46 now. And I'm like, oh, okay, so my typing slowed down for 2 years. Big deal. I developed an entirely new brain pattern and skill set. Two years when you're 17 seems like a long time. Can we get support for create workflow? I've got to think about what I'm doing a bit here. So workflow for L is there. Workflow instance with, and that's a lowercase f. Can we get support for create workflow instance with result? Deep D did that. It's awesome. Shunt. Yeah. With result. So RESULT. And we want to get it what? In the C# client. Yep. Okay, fatigue is starting to set in. In staving off Alzheimer's, that's what I'm up to.
Above and beyond.
Ta-da! Comment. Okay, and I noticed... No, not that one, dude. Oh, not even that one either. What happened there? Where was I? Here. Escape? Yeah. Okay. Command C. No, that's V. Escape. Command C. On the Zeebe forums, someone was asking for it today. So let's go to forum.zeebe. So forum is like this. So it's down the lower left-hand corner. Variable mappings of array list. Weird. No, I want to edit it, so click on the pen, that would be the one that would do it. See here, so H-E-R-E, see here, and then that, no, okay. Yeah, I have a custom key mapping, so J actually just outputs an uppercase J because I swapped colon and semicolon, because I am into semicolonless programming, so it's like I use the colon more than I use the semicolon for objects.
and beyond.
See here, and then I want to just paste that link in, and it didn't work, I just unpasted it. Go here, Control C that, and then Control V it. Boom. Save the edit. Oh, this is a great track. It's epic. Yeah, okay. Okay, I did a couple of good things there. Open source curation. A new feature request. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Suggest an idea for this project. Actually, this is actually a deeper issue. So this is about that plain text thing. I'll ask in the Zeebe Slack. Let's try that. Zeebe Slack. Okay, Zeebe Slack. Let me type my question in Visual Studio Code. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll go a new empty. Oh, you gotta give it a name. Dumb. What happens if I go shunt like that? Yep. Okay, so what am I saying? So am I correct in saying that if I want to? Okay, if I want to write code, okay, let me just use the force. I'm just gonna like let it all drop away, like put down the blast shield and use the force. Okay. If I want to write code, if I want to write code, that is portable. So if I want to write code that is portable, B is there, yeah, portable. Okay, so here I want to say between. Okay, let's make it nicely kind of fully spec'd here. Between development. Let your fingers find their way. M, yeah, okay, M, between a development. Oh man, this is definitely the best keyboard layout because the common keys are, I'm learning the common keys because I'm typing on them most commonly. No, that doesn't really make sense, of course I am. Between a development broker. If I want to write code that is portable between a development broker with no security. So the development broker has on it with no security. With no SSL. So, okay, so I said no SSL. SSL. And, so, and this one. And production broker. So if I wanted to say production, I would go production. That one. And a production that way. And a production broker. Okay, so B is here. B-R-O-K-K-E-R. And the production broker, so shunt that. Okay. That has SSL word wrap on. toggle word wrap that has SSL. So SSL here. And then I say with. I is there, yeah, it's in a weird place, it's right at the end. So if I wanted to write that with the Java, capital J is automatic. I'll fix that later. With the Java or C# clients. Okay, so or C# client. C# client.
I wished upon a star last night and thought of you.
Yeah.
But it must have been a dream.
Okay, then I'm gonna say, do I need to? No, here. Do I
Want to believe in fairy tales of fantasy.
do I need to?
Perhaps it's time for a change of
Easiest way to say this that makes sense, modify the code.
We fell in love, we had a fun. You always had enough dreams for both of us.
I guess I could say have two different builders, yeah.
Come of us,
Have
trade these ends for beginnings.
two different builders, so
From an empty cup.
two.
The hardest part of young love was growing up.
Two different builders. B. No, B is here. BUI. Builders. Builders. Okay, and then I'm gonna say one with and one without. So one with. This one is yeah, okay. One with, comma, and one without.
Thought of you. But I woke up from a dream, you're not here.
W. Yep. I. T. H. One with and one without. I'm gonna copy and paste this.
We fell in love, we had our fun. You always had enough dreams for both of us. I wonder what come of us.
If I want to write code that is portable between a development broker with no SSL and a production broker that has SSL with the Java or C# client, do I need to have two different builders, one with and one without? Use plain text. Let's try that. I'm going to paste it into Slack in the general channel and see what comes out of it.
Always had enough dreams for both of us.
Wrong one.
Would come of us if we could trade these ends for beginnings. I'm drinking from an empty cup. The hardest
Okay.
love was
Wow.
it's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
There's one light star in the city. I can't keep living without you, but I'll wait.
Why doesn't it like this?
Join you in the stars. But
Doesn't need to be async anymore. So we can now make it officially void
thinking about you, 'cause I
and get rid of the task.
find my way. 'Cause now there's one less star in the city.
So, if I save this and I go to my canary, right, and then I just replace, if I go, nope, 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 nope. So here, we're going to put back in the local host, local host, local host, the fatigue setting in, shunt, local host, and then it actually had a 26500, the Zeebe broker address. Why doesn't it like that? Build. Oh man, that sucks. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, this is the soundtrack from the Zeebe Nation podcast. I'm just going to cast it to a Zeebe client. Can it do that? Nope. Okay, well that's... So I just make this an iZeebe client then, I guess. Yep, I did it. Okay, so we're going to start the worker, and then we open the worker, but it doesn't seem to await. It doesn't await the worker. Let's have a look at how Chris does it in his code. Client examples, right? Let's have a look. Client examples.cs project resources program.cs. Let's have a look. Okay, client examples, work type, main, task main, client, await, client, new publish, yep, workflow key, workflow instance, set new variable, open a job. Okay, you gotta do some kind of funky, use the mouse. Paste. Yep, import whatever you need to import. Okay. Okay, so close that, and that should fix it. Yep. Now we got to do whatever the signal.wait one locks the main thread. Command Zeta. Copy. I'm going to definitely fix that because mistyping is enough as it is, without having to deal with this additional problem of it misconstruing what it is I'm intending to do. Okay. Okay, this start worker, signal wait one. Let's just run it and see what happens. According to my calculations, it should just all work magically. Canary workers never used. Jobs of type chirp default not available. Blocking request. Long polling activate jobs handler. Love it. Love it. Woo! Working. What's this? Some kind of error? Cancelled. Call already cancelled. I don't know what that's about. Figure it out later. Anyway, I got that to work. I got it to work. We can get rid of this. Just save it. Just keep cleaning as we go. We can blow that away. Don't save. Okay, the canary. Okay, so we're able to get a connection to the broker. Got to do some kind of complicated stuff for this address. I'm not sure about that. Okay, yeah, I'm going to call it a day for now. Take a little break for a while, let my brain recharge, do something else, maybe go for a walk outside, come back later. Okay, don't know what you would have picked up from this. Maybe like life is hard and you got to keep challenging yourself. I'll release this on GitHub once it's finished. It'll be a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, because I don't know how much time I got to spend on it this week. I've got some other stuff that I got to get done, but this was fun.